Hi there, in this video I wanted to show you just how many greens you can mix with just a few colors. Well, actually probably I won't be able to show you how many greens because you can mix a lot of greens with just a few colors. So I'm going to use a cool blue and a warm blue and a cool yellow and a warm yellow. So you don't need all these, I have accumulated these over the years. So I'm going to use Winsor Blue red shade for the warm blue. I'm just going to put some here and some here, like that. And actually I'm going to just put a swatch there. So this is, let me just write it for you. So that's Winsor Blue red shade. I just use the initials, and that's the warm blue. And then Winsor Blue green shade. I'm not sure you can see the difference on camera, but you should be able to. So Winsor Blue green shade, that's the cool. And then I'm going to use a warm and a cool yellow. So I'm going to use transparent yellow for the warm yellow. And if you want to do this experiment, you can use whatever cool and warm colors you have handy. And then for the cool yellow, I'm going to use lemon yellow, which is actually a Daniel Smith yellow. And these, as you can see, they are quite different. So that's transparent yellow, warm, and lemon yellow. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to mix the cool blue with the cool yellow. So that should be this one here. So the Winsor Blue green shade with the lemon yellow. And we have a quite brilliant green here. So that's I will write cool blue plus cool yellow, because you might use different colors. And then I will mix the cool blue with the warm yellow. So make sure I rinse this. So I'll mix it this here with the transparent yellow. And as you can see, the green becomes a bit more muted, a bit darker. So that's cool blue plus warm yellow. And then I'll do the same with the warm blue. So I'm going to mix the warm blue with the warm yellow. And as you can see, this color is quite dull, but you do find sometimes a color like this or very similar in nature. So that was warm blue plus warm yellow. And then I'll mix the warm blue with the cool yellow, so with the lemon yellow in my case. And we have again a totally different type of green. Still a little bit more brilliant than this one, but not as brilliant as the first green. So that was the warm blue plus the cool yellow. And there is a reason why this happened, and it's because of the color bias. So I have this, I showed this in one of my classes on Skillshare about color mixing, and basically we have Winsor Lemon, which is the cool yellow, but it's the same for the lemon yellow that I used. And then we have Winsor Blue Green Shade, which is the cool blue. And we have a bright green, because both these colors have a green bias. So part of the makeup is actually a green pigment, a green color. So in this case, the green will be more brilliant, because green is inside both the yellow and the blue. When we mix the lemon yellow with a warm blue, which in this case was French ultramarine, but I used Winsor Blue red shade here, but it's the same sort of result. In the cool yellow we have the green bias, but in the warm blue we have a red purple bias. So when you mix these colors, you will get a more dull green. I hope this makes sense. So, and if you have both warm colors, for example the transparent yellow that I use as an orange bias, so you will have a red purple bias and an orange bias, no green bias at all, so your green will be more dull. And this is the same with all colors. And then once you have these, then you can start adding a red color, and then you can make even more different greens. So if I take, let's take some of this. So that was this one here, and we add some quinacridone red, which is a warm red. Always add very little, because otherwise you will get brown. Then you start to muting down the green, and it becomes darker and duller until you get a brown color or brownish color. And these are quite nice exercises to do in your spare time, you know, when you have 5 minutes, because that will show you what you can do with these, with just, as you can see, 6 colors, because you have warm and cool, blue, yellow and red, and you get huge variety of colors. As you can see, I'm getting browns now, and I can mix the same red, so quinacridone red or a warm red, with let's mix it with this one here. And then we get this really dark green, almost like a gray green. And then we're starting getting, in this case, a kind of almost black. So I add a bit more red. And then it starts reverting towards the red bias again. And I can add the same red to this one. Maybe I put too much here to start with. So it's already going towards the brown. So always add very little at the time. But if you want to make a green that is a bit too brilliant, a bit more muted, then you can add a tiny drop of red. A tiny amount. And as you can see, it's getting towards the brown. And then now again reddish. And these are quite nice colors for autumn illustrations, for example. Lovely colors. And then I'm going to use the same red, the quinacridone red, with this green here. And again, I start with a lot of red because I wanted to show you how much, what happens when you put quite a bit of red, and how you can get to the browns by using just these few colors. And this here is a more like a rusty type of color. So every time I add more red, you make a new shade. And of course, don't forget to write down what your color mixes are. Otherwise, you might love that color and then you won't know how to reproduce it. So that was with the warm red, but then you can make more shades with the cool red. So I'll mix again the Winsor Blue red shade with, let's have this one here with the warm yellow. And then I will add a cool red instead of the warm red, which is quinacridone magenta, it's called magenta, but I will use this as your cool red because it's quite a good color. It might be a bit too much, so I start with a bit less color. So now we get this. It can be a quite realistic green. And then I'm going to add more red, so more cool red, before we add the warm red. And again we start getting these muddy colors, but then as you add more, you start to get the browns or the blacks. So that's actually a good way to make a realistic black, is to mix your three primaries. So I'm just adding more and more red, and you're getting more towards the brown colors. And then I will mix again the Winsor Blue green shade with the cool yellow, and there's quite a lot of blue, so this is a bit darker, so I'm gonna move this for you. But it's really a brilliant green. And I will add the cool red, so they're all cool colors. So the green has become really dark now. I put quite a bit of red, but that's one way to make your green dark. Just remember to add this slowly. So I'm adding more red, and this is becoming very dark. And now it's starting to go towards the black. So as I was saying, use your three primaries and you can make your blacks. And then actually, if you want to make black, you will have to adjust it. So now it's going towards the red, So you will have to adjust it with the blue and the yellow just to get the right balance. So let's see, I'm gonna add a bit more blue, and that's made it a bit too blue, but it's a blue black, which can be useful depending on what you want to do. So just keep balancing your colors, and then you will see just how many different colors you can make. And I've been using just the 6 colors. I haven't used any more colors. And then you can revert back. If you keep adding your blue or your reds, you can again move towards one shade or another, towards the red or the blue. And if we add a little bit of yellow, it's going back towards the green. So if it's not a huge amount of color that you mixed, you can still sort of bring it back and forth, and you can adjust it. As you can see, we started with this one, and by changing the amounts of blue and red, we're back to this one, which is very similar to the second color. So I just wanted to show you with these few colors what you can do. And in another video, I will show you how to mix, for example, oranges with cool and warm reds and yellow. And if there is anything else you'd like to know about color mixing, just drop me a comment, drop me a line, and I will make a video for you. And if you liked the video, just please like it and share it for me, which is, I would really appreciate if you do that. It's really helpful. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.